After a 4-month hiatus, USL Championship soccer is back in the 915. El Paso Locomotive FC starts their 2026 campaign here at Southwest University Park against familiar foe Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC. Good evening, everyone. Duke Keith here, along with longtime soccer people. You've read his stuff from south of the border. You've read his stuff from over here. Joe, it's a pleasure to have you.
Thank you very much, Steve. Thank you for having me. Looking forward to another great season.
Another great season, kind of the operative phrase there, because 2025 was not bad for Locomotive FC. A lot of improvement in a lot of areas, although there are plenty of changes. Junior Gonzalez stepping in as coach. Mike DiGiulio is the new team president of Locomotive FC. And some new players, but trying to keep that momentum going from a solid 2025 campaign.
Indeed, Duke. Guys like Armando Moreno, Eric Calvillo, and Gabi Torres are all back for the 2026 campaign and are motivated to get this team over the hump. The biggest question for this year will be if the defense can keep up with the improvements they showed towards the end of last season to provide some more help from the back.
That certainly will be a part of new head coach Junior Gonzalez's vision for 2026 as he was introduced as the new man at the helm for Los Locos back in January, along with new general manager and now team president Mike DiGiulio. Even with the new faces at the top, though, the goals remain the same, and the team has looked the part in preseason.
We've seen Gonzalez make a point of preaching the importance of being on the ball and defending from the top. This team should be a team that plays possessive style on the pitch and looks to press and win the ball quickly into transition from defense to offense.
Locomotive hopes to keep up their attacking prowess from last year and look poised to do so, with Armando Moreno back on the wing and new striker Rubio Rubin, who should provide the target man in the middle that El Paso missed at times last season.
Rubin was definitely a big-time acquisition for the Locos coming over from Charleston. He has proven himself on some of the biggest stages with the Guatemala national team and in Major League Soccer. He will certainly be a talent for the El Paso Locomotive players to look for in the attacking third and feed him the ball in order to put it into the back of the net.
On the flip side, Colorado Springs are looking to bounce back from a bit of a disappointing season after their championship run in 2024, but they're hopeful to return to form under new head coach Alan McCann.
Yeah, absolutely. This team has made some key offseason acquisitions. They're banking on including former Locomotive man Frank DeRoma, who is unavailable tonight, Talon Maples from New Mexico to join Matt Mahoney as a formidable center-back duo, and added Colin Shuttler between the sticks from Orange County, who was the man who shut out the Locomotive twice last season.
Can El Paso carry their momentum from last year into a strong start in 2026? Or will Colorado Springs get back on track as they chase another title? This is 2026 USL Championship Soccer from Southwest University Park, coming up next.
Hi, my name is Dr. Carlos Omar Viesca. I am with Border Pain Institute, and today I would like to introduce you to radio frequency ablation, a procedure that can help with your neck, mid-back, lower back, and joint pain, including shoulder, knee, and hip. If you're experiencing any of these ailments, please come see us at Border Pain Institute. Our number, 915-857-4130.
Get ready for a night of non-stop action at Vado Speedway Park. Feel the adrenaline as drivers push their limits, battling for the top spot on our fast and challenging track. Whether you're cheering from the stands or enjoying the great food and drinks, there's excitement around every corner. Bring the whole family and experience the energy of live racing. Gates open at 5 and the green flag drops at 7:30. Don't miss out. Grab your tickets today at VadoSpeedwayPark.com. That's VadoSpeedwayPark.com. We'll race you here.
Let's face it, when you have a plumbing problem, it's never a good time. But Sharp Plumbing can ease that pain with fast, friendly service. Sharp prides itself on getting the job done right. We've been fixing plumbing problems in the borderland for 30 years. Sharp is certified in tankless water heater installation and service. If you've been thinking about converting from a traditional water tank to a tankless water heater, give Sharp a call today, 915-892-5790. Sharp Plumbing.
Welcome, everybody, to Southwest University Park. Duke Keith and Joe Rodriguez here with you as it is opening night in the 2026 season. Locomotive FC in their Hueco Tanks kits tonight. Beautiful, beautiful cream jerseys with some gold and light blue trim. And, of course, Colorado Springs Switchbacks FC, the opponent, the champions in 2024, coming out in their black jerseys tonight. And, Joe, as we take a look at starting lineups, missing is Gabi Torres, Memo Diaz, Palermo Ortiz, but lots of firepower up top. Rubin, Moreno, Farcarlum. It is going to be fun to watch this Locomotive squad.
Most definitely, and a lot of anticipation is for the new additions to this squad, Duke, for the 2026 season. We're talking before coming on the air with Mike DiGiulio. He seems excited for the new acquisitions for 2026.
Yes, sir. 4-3-3 for Locomotive as we take a look at Switchbacks FC. Also in the 4-3-3 for first-year coach Alan McCann. We've talked about Junior Gonzalez's first year. Alan McCann, a part of the Switchbacks FC organization for a while. This is his first stint at the helm. And some new faces for them. Interestingly, in goal tonight, Christian Herrera, the man from Las Cruces, instead of Colin Shuttler, who they spent a little bit of money on to get from Orange County. But that might be a nod to the fact that Herrera is from the borderland.
Yeah, absolutely. Always good to see that, and that by default means that there will be a couple of fans that I'm sure made their trip, their way down from Las Cruces to support the man between the sticks here tonight.
Absolutely. It is a crisp March evening in El Paso. The breezes have been up today, but generally speaking, beautiful early spring. The trees are blossoming. The weather is warming up. And springtime is a time of renewal for both of these sides. It will be a renewal of a big rivalry. As we take a look at our keys to the game, Joe, what are you looking for tonight?
That is correct, Duke. It's our ball. The Locos were at their best last season when they were able to dictate the flow of the match. Controlling the ball in the midfield will be key to success in 2026. Also, the notion of defense to offense. Junior Gonzalez wants the Locomotive to play very offensively oriented in 2026 and look to win the ball back when they do lose possession in a very quick and efficient manner. Transition opportunities will be important for this team to reach its goals. And then finally, the men, or shall I say the men up top. Locomotive has two new number 9s in Rubio Rubin and Diego Abitia. Can they provide a stable presence in the striker role to keep the Locos attack rolling?
I would imagine it is going to be a very up-tempo game. Both teams in a 4-3-3. Switchbacks historically have loved to press and make things happen offensively, and they will have the first touch here. Played back to Talon Maples. Talented defender coming over from New Mexico United this season. We'll see how Locomotive is able to go. Alex Mendez was with his first touch of the ball and our first foul. Our officials tonight, our referee is Mohamed Hassan, assistant referees Bennett Savage and Seth Barton, and the fourth official is Cuauhtemoc Delgadillo.
You know, Duke, as we're barely getting underway here, I noticed moments before as the national anthem was playing. It's the first time in the entire evening since we've been here arriving to the stadium that the flags out in what is normally a center field behind the north goal have completely calmed down and are no longer waving because of the wind.
That is amazing, because it has been breezy most of the afternoon and evening. El Paso with possession. Kenneth Hoban getting the nod tonight, 16 years old.
Already.
And that is something to be a starter in the first game of Junior Gonzalez's tenure.
Absolutely. That says a lot about the kind of preseason the young man had. Obviously, he's already had a couple of touches on the ball, and it looks very confident in that in his role right now.
Kofi Tumasi and Noah Dolenmeyer holding down the middle in that 4-3-3 for Locomotive. And possession, winning it back. Defensive work is going to be a key as that is played back, and Abraham Romero simply boots it into touch. So some early pressure from Alan McCann's Switchbacks FC. Locomotive finishing fourth in the Western Conference and earning the home playoff berth. Colorado Springs Switchbacks finishing eighth in 2025 and did get into the playoffs, but both teams losing in the first round, which precipitated a change in coaching staffs for both sides.
And obviously, earlier in the week, talking with Eric Calvillo, Duke, I asked him, is that the baseline for this upcoming 2026 season? He said most definitely that is the case. Obviously, with the Locomotive, the objectives for the season, make the playoffs, and obviously get a little bit further than what they did in the playoffs last season.
That is a long throw from Sam Williams. It's headed out, and it'll be a first corner kick. Dolenmeyer looked like he got a touch. Whipped in swinging ball, and it's lifted out. We'll take the corner from the other side.
Looks like Ricky Ruiz was the one that got their head on that.
So a couple of quick corners as things get started in 2026. Decent crowd on opening evening. It is a little chilly as the wind is starting to pick back up here in downtown El Paso. Far post rattled around and an early goal. It's touched home. How about that? Easy as you please. Corey Bennett gets the touch in the 6-yard box, and Locomotive letting one in the first 5 minutes of the match. A quick 1-0 lead for Switchbacks.
Yeah, definitely. The ball gets kicked over to the far post, gets sent back in right there in between the end line, or the goal line, shall I say, and the penalty spot. 2 touches and the ball goes into the back of the net here. As obviously for the El Paso Locomotive, they're going to start with a little bit of adversity here this 2026 season. And like you said, in the first 5 minutes of the match, it'll be very interesting to see how this team reacts moving forward.
Not exactly what Junior Gonzalez was looking for to start this 2026 season. That'll be lost out. Amanda Moreno touch of the ball, but it was a long pass out of the back, and the throw in for Switchbacks FC. So the 5th minute goal by Corey Bennett gets an early tally for the visitors. Nice through ball, Rubin. Good turn to Moreno. Carlo in pursuit, but as speedy as he is, couldn't run that one down.
It'll be interesting to see the way the Locomotive react here in the next 2 to 3 minutes, just to make sure that they settle themselves back in and stay to the game plan that Junior Gonzalez wanted them to execute here in this opening night.
Isaiah Foster with the throw in. That'll be lifted back out. Rolled into touch once again for Switchbacks. Champions in 2024. Of course, they're at Widener Field. Their home pitch, a soccer-specific stadium in Colorado Springs. They have made wonderful use of that facility. Interestingly, Mike DiGiulio, quoted by our friends at KTSM Channel 9, talking about the possibility of a stadium being built for Locomotive FC, soccer-specific stadium. That would be tremendous.
Yeah, Duke. If that interview wasn't something to give us something new to talk about for the 2026 season, I don't know what is.
Good touch here. Farcarlun, up it comes, and right out of the back, Rubio Rubin. Quick as you please, easily handled by Herrera. Herrera, former Strikers FC teammate with Memo Diaz, and a whole bunch of other guys who are playing professional soccer even into their 30s. Throw in deep here for Switchbacks. Sam Williams throws it in. Right to the edge of the 6. Farcarlun gets a piece of that, and that one's going to be well wide. Goal kick for Locomotive. Some early pressure by Switchbacks FC. Levante Johnson not able to steer that one into the mixer. And the goal kick coming for Abraham Romero, former man for the Columbus Crew. Five games for Switchbacks FC on loan from the Crew last year. LAFC, LAFC 2. He's made the rounds. Galaxy 2 Pachuca in the late 2010s.
Junior Gonzalez's own stomping grounds, right?
Exactly. Played for Junior Gonzalez with LAFC. Tomasi. Farcarlon. The Liberian able to get a touch, but Switchbacks FC dispossesses. Tomasi. Hoban. Just a little bit ahead. Alex Mendez almost gets the touch. Isaiah Foster. Put way up by Williams. If you're Locomotive, obviously, set piece defending has let you down a little bit, but we're seeing decent possession. Just no results as the foul.
Yeah, the Locomotive
goes down.
The Locomotive definitely do not seem too shaken by the early goal. Looks like they're resuming their game plan as usual. Got to give credit to Colorado Springs. They're also doing their role. Obviously, as the visiting team, they kind of want to fill out what the home team, how aggressive the home team is in the opening minutes of the match.
That's going to be a foul the other way. A little discussion. Armando Moreno having with Patrick Berner. A Martinique native coming over from North Carolina FC, 29 years old. Berner was burning for that one, and Moreno holds his ground, and Berner goes over the top. Free kick coming for Switchbacks. Over the top, Tomasi. It is touched by Coronado. Long switch by Dolenmeyer. Not bad. Farcarlon does run it down. Mendez trying to nod him back onto it, but out it'll go for a Switchbacks throw. And in this early going, you've got to expect the passes aren't going to be as crisp as they will be when they get into it.
Right, absolutely. I was going to say, you can still tell that little bit of imprecision going on. Perhaps maybe just not on the same mind level as far as reading each other's intentions in an instinctive way.
That'll come with time. Switchbacks FC, smooth as you please. You play the defensive game up 1-0. The switch, though, by Herrera will go out for a Locomotive throw.
I am interested, Duke. Both teams are playing a little bit direct, trying to get that ball into the offensive third as quickly as possible to make something happen.
This is the 4-3-3 in action for both of these sides. It's what they do. Coronado and Ruiz off the throw in. Tomasi slides it up the middle. Just missed the connection. Waiting for that is Rubio Rubin out of Beaverton, Oregon, coming over to Locomotive from Charleston Battery. But you want to talk about a decorated career, including, as you pointed out, Guatemala, the Guatemala national team. Made his way around the league, east to west. Loudoun, Orange County, Miami FC, RGV at one point.
A journeyman, just as so many of these players in the USL are, right?
Seems to be that way. Lots of these guys making their way around, but Rubin certainly a proven goal-scoring talent. Goals are the name of the game. You find the guys who can put it in, and that was the piece that kind of deserted Locomotive toward the end of last season, even though this team scored 62 goals, the most by any Locomotive side ever.
And it's something you see a lot in this league. It just seems like that the number of games over the span of time, that attrition kind of gets the best of them. Everyone at one point, it seems.
That's going to be a foul. Coronado taken down. It was well done by the veteran to draw that. Looks like Dolenmeyer will have the restart. Wonderful to have him back from his loan spell with San Antonio. Former LAFC man in his own right. They roll a nice pass. Hoban to Farkarlin. Trying to earn something here. Boy, that is well played. Isaiah Foster did so well. Any touch could have gone out for a corner kick.
Stayed with it till the end.
Yep. Soft as you please. And that, though, not out of trouble. Ricky Ruiz almost got a piece. Moreno goes in, and that is Moreno's second foul. Mohamed Hassan urging a little calm. Taking down Yosuke Hanya. Hanya returning to the Switchbacks lineup this season. Pretty good core of returning players, but a few changes. And one of the changes was to bring back Speedy Williams, who is not active tonight, along with Locomotive's engine in the midfield, Frank DeRoma, from 2025. Another long throw, though, coming in from the right side. This is what started the problems for Locomotive, but they'll earn a foul here.
And you know, Duke, that's one thing I'm curious about is how much this Locomotive squad under Junior Gonzalez is going to entertain the idea of playing the ball out of the back or being a little bit more direct and getting into the midfield a little bit quicker or even into the offensive third.
Moreno draws the contact. Here's Hoban. Nice touch over the top, but it's offside. Farkarlin behind the back line, and good adjustment by Switchbacks. Talon Maples anchoring things after coming over from Albuquerque. North up I-25. Colorado Springs, Colorado. Back it comes to the Las Cruces native, Herrera. Stop and start from Sam Williams, and he'll roll it back to Maples. Maples completed more attempts per match, roughly 75, than any other defender in 2025. He's the man who restarts things for Switchbacks FC, and they have done very well under his calmness at the back so far tonight. Leading 1-0. The goal by Corey Bennett in just the 5th minute. Farkarlin. They would love to get him in open space. Good cross out to the middle, though. Moreno back for Coronado. The recycle to Reese. And back to Dolenmeyer. Nothing open up that left-hand side. Alan McCann, the Irishman, taking over this season for Switchbacks FC. Both of these sides trying to turn their fortunes from first-round exits in the opening round. Stop and start again. Isaiah Foster rolls one, top of the 6, and Dolenmeyer rips it back. It'll be a throw-in for Switchbacks. But Switchbacks FC has been very patient. They found the openings to pick their way forward and put some pressure on the back at Locomotive for Locomotive FC.
They're going down that left wing a little bit early in this match. I wonder if they know who's back there. But I'll tell you what, the youngster Kenneth Hoban right now is holding more than his own right there. Going toe-to-toe with Levante Johnson.
Another long throw in, easily picked out of the sky by Romero. No quick outlet. He'll roll it to Reese. Good move by Moreno. Lifting it up. Rubin takes it nicely and fires directly at Herrera. Such a difficult skill to turn, wheel yourself. And Rubin showing some class with that left foot.
Yeah, absolutely. 19th minute, El Paso Locomotive with their first real threat on goal. Duke.
Locomotive trying to pressure here out of the middle, Mendez. But well handled again. Talon Maples holds his own. Into the middle, Williams. Distributes to the right. Hanya making moves. Nice job. Hanya the chip and the left-sided volley with the right foot, no good.
Levante Johnson on that attempt right there. Half bicycle kick, if you will.
Pretty solid effort. Trying to pluck that out of the sky, and that'll go for the goal kick here in the 20th minute.
A quick, efficient transition right there into the attacking third for the Switchbacks.
No Speedy Williams, no Frank DeRoma, no problem for the Switchbacks so far. Hoban. Solid distribution by the youngster. That wide open on the left is Moreno. Has to gather a bit. Moreno, the drop, and the shot is off the post. The rebound, Rubin Calvillo. Off the post, but it bounced right to number 14, and that's what he's there for, even in the 21st minute.
Absolutely, and a play that started out of the back with the youngster Kenneth Hoban. Got it out to the left wing. There, the sequence, lucky bounce. A little bit of good fortune doesn't hurt anybody to start off the 2026 campaign. Right, Duke?
Indeed. Locomotive back in it. And Rubin, a shout out to his bride and becoming a father as he hits his 30s. Loves to open his account right in front of 8th Notch. And the Locomotive faithful happy. We are even at one apiece.
And it's like we said, Duke, after the early goal by Colorado Switchbacks, something I mentioned, El Paso Locomotive, they maintained their cool and they were collected and just continued with the plan. And obviously, it pays dividends here 15 minutes later.
Up along the right again, slid forward. Farcarlin ready to go to work. Nicely crossed. And that was a danger. Moreno and his pressure forcing Berner to put that one over the byline. And it's a Locomotive corner kick just like that. Mendez starting that action. But a shout out to the youngster, Kenneth Hoban, along that right wing. It was his pass into the middle. And actually went off to the left of Moreno that really got things started for the goal. And here comes Locomotive.
No hesitation on that pass either. He saw Moreno making that run down the left flank and decided to connect with him, and he was able to do it.
The Rowdies man, Alex Mendez, into El Paso. In swinging ball to the far post. And taking that one off the face is Sam Williams. Doesn't go out of play, though, and Locomotive earns another corner kick. And Mendez will take this one. Coronado off there in the corner. Did a good job waiting for his man to make a move and popping it off his foot. That's an in-swinging ball. That was dangerous. How about that? With the left foot and a swing, it's offside flag anyway. It's a goal kick coming.
How about Dolenmeyer? They're sacrificing his body on that corner kick. Trying trying to keep the ball alive on that one.
Quick restart here, Herrera, as Switchbacks tries to play out of the back. Locomotive feeling it. That's what they needed. That's a good touch of the ball. Cleanly done by Reis. Reis looking to cross. Immediately on him is Hanya. Good defense. Here's Reis. Low cross. Headed out.
A takeaway, a quick transition, something going into the offensive third, just as Junior Gonzalez has been advertising for this preseason, that this is what he wants, and this is what we're seeing here, Duke, in the early going here.
And the other part of it was that mentality. You've brought it up, just right back in it. Should be the goldfish, as Ted Lasso would say. Here's Hoban. That is out of play. Maples. Well, people have asked me for my prediction before the match, and I had said that whoever the victor is, it could be something like 4-3. We may be set up for something.
We're on pace
similar
for that?
to that result. Yes,
we
are
might be on pace,
as they say. The switch around to the right side, and here's Hoban. Mendez telling him to go back to Masi. Right to left in Dolenmeyer. Sliding that one in. Moreno draws the contact, but Patrick Berner got the ball.
He's letting him play the official.
Which you kind of appreciate, honestly. There have been calls for both sides that could have been whistled, but were not. Still early. It's a good turn here by Hanya.
I picked up that ball a little prematurely there
Right.
before I heard the whistle.
That was interesting. Hanya just decided to take
Yeah,
matters into
enough.
his own hands. Quite literally. Yeah, that was a foul. And then came the whistle. Watch the USL Championship in Spanish on TUDN, the nation's leading Spanish language sports network. Select matches will be available in Spanish throughout the rest of the season. Go to uslchampionship.com for the complete USL TV listings. You want to know how I know this announcement comes from the league, Joe?
How?
2 has to be spelled out in English for people to be able to say that properly. 2DN. Do the N.
Surprised it doesn't throw someone like you, someone like me that's here from the borderland. Now it doesn't throw you off.
I know what they were going for, and I know who wrote it, so yes. Chasing it down. Locomotive trying to get on that. That'll be a foul on Switchbacks. Hoban drawing the contact from Levante Johnson. And it is Romero, a former Columbus Crew man. Rubin trying to make a turn and draws the foul. Rubin stretching it out after the contact made by Sam Williams right there in the middle.
Fairly easy call to make on that one.
Takes a tumble, and now let's see. This is an interesting situation. A little offset, call it maybe good 30 yards off the byline. Does Locomotive have a free kick taker who wants to go for goal? Mendez and Calvillo both back there.
Doesn't look like the wind's much of a factor at this moment right now.
Right. Mendez looks to take it, but Calvillo remains there. Right foot or left, let's see. Mendez whips it in, straight on goal. Christian Herrera didn't have to move much.
Just in case Rubin was there, just in case if there was any mishandling of the ball right there by Herrera.
That's what you want your number 9 to do. just like he did for the goal. That brings us back to level terms, 1 apiece as we go to the 29th minute in El Paso. Maples, the long cross. Nicely done to Patrick Berner. The Martinique native. And they'll recycle. Good pressure by Locomotive. But you did point it out, just that level-headedness that I think Junior Gonzalez really thinks he has in this team. You know, there are a good mix of youngsters, and again, Kenneth Hoban on the right side at 16 years old, starting in Locomotive's first game for Junior Gonzalez, speaks volumes about the kid's level-headedness individually. But team-wise, Locomotive just gets down to business, and I think that's what Junior Gonzalez is looking for.
You know, Duke, at this point,
good turnover here. Forced by Moreno. Rubin. The flag is up. Switchbacks wanted the foul.
As I was saying, Duke, you know, at this point of the match, it feels like if both teams, they're playing their game and they're allowing the opponent to play their game, which makes it for a very, attractive game early. You know, highly offensive oriented, as both of these teams are being direct in trying to get to the offensive third. So, like I said, both teams they're playing and they're allowing their opponent to play, which is something always nice that you like to see, as opposed to one team trying to adjust and shut down the opponent, because that's when things kind of get mundane, I guess, if you will.
I would agree. It's been back and forth so far in this early going, and those Switchbacks had the lead 1-0 very early. No sitting back for this side. Alan McCann wants to play. Fans are so far enjoying themselves. Some fireworks on the field and ready for fireworks afterward. Hoban gets a piece of that from Isaiah Foster. Switchbacks has to reset. Maples, the long cross out to Hanya.
I think
intercepted by Reese.
I think the most important fireworks of the night, though, are what we're seeing right now on the field. Hopefully for the next,
60 some odd minutes.
60 some odd minutes, yeah, absolutely. We've gotten our fair share here in the first 30.
Hoban will play that back to Romero. Romero backed up, of course, tonight by Sebastian Moramora, who returns to the lineup for Locomotive FC. 5 clean sheets for Moramora last night. Good long run, lung-busting run. Locomotive's going to get there. Played back, the long cross, the easy nod, but Christian Herrera was right in front of Farcarlin. What an opportunistic shot, though. And right up there to take it, Alex Mendez, the long ball out of the back. Could pick who he wanted to send it to.
Farcarlin did exactly what you want to do. You want to spike it down directly into the ground, hopefully, to make the save.
Off it comes now, Levante Johnson. Johnson trying to get loose. Good tackle. That was Calvillo on the ball here. Farcarlin. Mendez to Moreno. Armando Moreno. Rubin to his right. Oh, just touched wide. That's great work by Herrera. Rubin was right there to touch it in.
What a quick transition by the Locomotive out to the flanks.
Solid work, though, by Christian Herrera. Showing out, I'm sure, in front of family and friends tonight.
Needless to say, he's a little bit extra inspired.
Yeah, indeed. That's going to slip through. Hanya leaves that off, and Calvillo gives it a ride away from the waiting feet of Adrian Perez. That'll be another corner kick for Switchbacks FC. Scoring their goal in the 5th minute off of the corner.
credit to the Locomotive defenders on that last play. Duke staying with the runner that was attacking made things difficult. That's why it wasn't the most efficient shot.
And here is Perez. Perez in swinging ball. That's headed up and out. Dolenmeyer gets a piece of that, which is what you want from a 6'6" guy. Locomotive trying the switch, and it's on just like that. Moreno playing on the right. Back to Mendez. A little slow roller to Coronado. Alex Mendez. Reese. Back to Reese trying to whip in across. That's going to get a high bounce. Locomotive, that's a little push, looks like, by, I believe, Sam Williams. It's going to go out and another Locomotive corner.
Excellent work by Reese on that one, Duke. He comes off of the left back because of the corner kick. He puts the ball into transition, works his way all the way diagonally across the field to the left flank to cause the corner kick.
Outstanding work. This will be Moreno. Mendez stays out there. Short corner. Coronado into the mixer. Dolenmeyer was there at the far post. That's what they wanted out of the training ground, but pops up harmlessly for Christian Herrera. What a save on Mendez's cross. Rubin was right there to touch it home, and Herrera, 6'7", gets down to stab that out.
You took the words right out of my mouth. That was a merit in that action right there for Herrera. He got down to the ground quick. The cross was low and aggressive on the ground, so it made it that much more difficult for Herrera, and he was able to do it.
Into the 36th minute, Locomotive and Switchbacks tied at 1 apiece.
You always want to remember, whenever you see a tall goalkeeper, don't be afraid to put that ball on the ground.
Sure. How quickly can they get down there?
Right.
That is out. The confines of Southwest University Park. And a little low-level discussion. Mendez and Hanya. Patrick Berner. Talked to by Alan McCann. McCann, the technical director last season, along with being an assistant coach. What branches off the same coaching tree for, if you count it this way, 4 generations now for Switchbacks FC. They have a system they want to play, a way they want to play, and the coaching staff to make that happen. Farcarlin, well defended by Isaiah Foster, but earning the foul. Foster leans in a little too close.
Yeah, dude, the Switchbacks, got to give credit where credit is due. Definitely one of the premier organizations in the USL Championship in every sense of what you want an organization to be.
Mendez over the top, played back. Mendez wanted the contact, and the referee tells him to get up. Patrick Berner, he was waiting for Berner to touch it.
No hesitation in that decision either by the referee to tell him to get up. Had no doubt that wasn't a foul. And up until this point, he's doing a very excellent job here today.
Maples sets Johnson on his way too far. Select is proud to be the official match ball supplier of the USL Championship. From the academy to the big league, Select there every step of the way. Visit us.select-sport.com for the latest Select product specials and more. Select, the player's choice. Good work by Hoban again. Long switch. Moreno has to come back to chase that down a bit, but good idea by the youngster who's had a few of them tonight. Reese. That bounces off of Mendez. And Romero has to keep that from going out. Adrian Perez was about ready to start his run. Trying to get Farcarlin unleashed on that right wing side.
Nice idea there by his behalf.
Perez brought over from Louisville City FC and to be a bit of a spark for this Switchbacks team. He's another gentleman in his 30s. There are a few of them in this championship. Good mix of youngsters and talented veterans. That rolls in nicely and almost bounced perfectly for Moreno. Gets away from him in the end. Here's Berner. Locomotive has worked their way back into this one, conceding the early set piece goal. Switchback spent a lot of time in that Locomotive attacking third off of set pieces.
Nice stop there.
Go right ahead.
Nice stop by Dollenmeyer there, not having any of it, just kicking the ball out of bounds.
Clear it out. And our referee pointing out where he wants the throw in to come from. Sam Williams over to oblige, on loan from Chicago Fire FC. Sam Williams, just 20 years old, a Denver native. Just down the road a bit in Colorado Springs. Lofted over the top. Perez. Off of him for a Locomotive throw. Well defended again by Dollenmeyer. Speaking of big men with some ability to make a turn, Dollenmeyer, obviously here in a center back's role, but has played for Locomotive on the wings and done very well. Big man has some moves. Robin vying for that. Well defended by Maples.
Reminiscent of Andrew Fox.
Right.
Mr. Versatility.
Fox in the box. Farcarlin. Touch deserts him there a bit. Isaiah Foster trying to spring something up the left. One back by Calvillo. On the ball more and more for Locomotive. 42nd minute. We are tied at 1. Two goals, one apiece. Ruiz, another good job. Now rolled into the middle. Rabin, the layoff. Mendez. Nice little shake, and here's Hoban. Delivery from right wing. Just over the head of Moreno. You've got to say the 16-year-old showing us why Junior Gonzalez has placed his faith in him today.
Yeah, no, absolutely, without a doubt. That's definitely the case. Obviously, we have our eye on him because it's his first start, because he's a 16-year-old, and, you know, he's giving us quite a bit to talk about here in these opening 45 minutes.
Indeed.
Interesting reaction there, Duke, on that last sequence by Alex Mendez, telling Farcarlin where to move, what to do, what he was expecting of him. It's nice to see that kind of command, that kind of chip to a fellow teammate.
Indeed, and midfield leadership is exactly why he's here. Locomotive, I think, really looking for that midfield general, maybe the first since Dylan Maris filled that role so well. Time will tell. Hanya slips the defense. Hanya, that's a good bit of footwork there. And on that defensively was Alex Mendez. Rowdy's man dispossesses Hanya. We have yet to see or hear the official signal, but what we're hearing is a minute of added time. We're at the end of an eventful first half, which is what you want to see to start the 2026 season.
And obviously that 1 minute of stoppage time indicates that not a whole lot of stoppages in play. A fluid first 45 minutes here for the 2026 season.
Romero restarts things. Maples. Hanya. Perez. A former Lou City man back to Sam Williams. And around to Maples. Switchbacks can be patient. We've seen that already tonight. Good effort in the middle. Chamasi. Back and forth, Foster. Levante Johnson. Well done by Dolenmeyer. Good effort, Chamasi. There might have been a foul. If there was, we play on. Coronado pulls it back a bit. Trying to thread a needle. Not able to make that connection with Moreno. But Locomotive right back at it. Here in the 45th. Holben thinking the better of trying to go forward. Good switch again, Dolenmeyer. Just lofts it into space. Farkarlin. Farkarlin in a duel and wins that one. Versus Foster. The shot in. Holben on the rebound just over the crossbar. Oh my goodness. The youngster right there.
No hesitation about what he wants to do. He takes control of the ball. Farkarlin had to back off the ball right there in the goal box. Holben takes his shot. Excellent shot excellent save by Herrera, goalkeeper for the Colorado Switchbacks, allowing Holben to get another go at it over the goal.
Just over the top.
No hesitation whatsoever.
The 16-year-old continues his work here in half number one. The Las Crucen, Christian Herrera. That's won by Dolenmeyer. Ruiz will let that one roll. And Romero gathers. And that is the end of the first half of play. Just that easy. 1 minute of stoppage time is all we get. But we are looking forward to plenty more fireworks here in half number two. It is one apiece, Locomotive FC 1, Switchbacks FC 1. We'll come back and have a look at highlights and stats, league news and notes, and a very special interview with Junior Gonzalez, the head man for Locomotive FC. That's when we continue here from Southwest University Park. Very good.
Let's face it, when you have a plumbing problem, it's never a good time. But Sharp Plumbing can ease that pain with fast, friendly service. Sharp prides itself on getting the job done right. We've been fixing plumbing problems in the borderland for 30 years. Sharp is certified in tankless water heater installation and service. If you've been thinking about converting from a traditional water tank to a tankless water heater, give Sharp a call today. 915-892-5790. Sharp Plumbing.
Hi, my name is Dr. Carlos Omar Viesca. I am with Border Pain Institute, and today I would like to introduce you to radio frequency ablation, a procedure that can help with your neck, mid-back, lower back, and joint pain, including shoulder, knee, and hip. If you're experiencing any of these ailments, please come see us at Border Pain Institute. Our number, 915-857-4130.
Are you turning 65? Or maybe you're retiring soon or have a chronic condition like diabetes. If so, give the agents of Health Plans of Texas a call to set up an appointment for a no-obligation plan review. Or come by for our Medicare Mondays now through March 31st, where you can walk in at any time without an appointment and get knowledgeable advice from local agents you can trust. We hope to see you here at Health Plans of Texas for Medicare Mondays now through March 31st.
Get ready for a night of non-stop action at Paso Speedway Park. Feel the adrenaline as drivers push their limits, battling for the top spot on our fast and challenging track. Whether you're cheering from the stands or enjoying the great food and drinks, there's excitement around every corner. Bring the whole family and experience the energy of live racing. Gates open at 5 and the green flag drops at 7:30. Don't miss out. Grab your tickets today at VotosSpeedwayPark.com. That's VotosSpeedwayPark.com. We'll race you here.
It is halftime in the USL Championship. We hope you're enjoying your match so far. I'm Dan Lucas inside the USL studio with a look at some of the headlines for this week. A ton of roster movement during the offseason saw Lexington SC set records with player signings. Midfielder Aaron Malloy signed a 6-figure deal just ahead of another big addition, forward Philip Goodrum. And the championship welcomes two new clubs, Sporting Jacks and Brooklyn FC, who boasts its own big signing during the offseason, last year's Golden Boot winner in League One, J.C. Obregon. We have many storylines to watch, including one of the championship's rising stars, Sacramento Republic midfielder Blake Willie. 18 years old and a busy player for Sac Republic, Willie had the honor of playing for the U.S. Under-18 national team last year. All right, upcoming matches presented in Spanish on 2DN. Next Saturday, a 4 p.m. Eastern start, Detroit City hosting Brooklyn FC. Then Wednesday, the 25th, Lexington SC hosts Brooklyn at 7 Eastern. And on Saturday, the 28th, another 4 p.m. Eastern match at Detroit City, this time against Charleston Battery. That's a look at the headlines for this week. Let's get you back to your match for the second half.
Match day one is the season opener of the USL Championship.
No time like the present for these teams to make a statement and begin the campaign on the right foot.
Today, we accomplished nothing. I mean it, not a thing. And it was kinda everything.
This spring, stay 3 nights and get a $50 Best Western gift card.
Prinks Tires in the USL help soccer journeys everywhere to drive harder. From city playgrounds to suburban sidelines. From early mornings to late nights. From fun with friends to winner takes all. From the biggest fan to the biggest heart. And at every turn, Prinks Tires will be there for the long haul.
Pain doesn't care who you are or why you hurt, but pain can be mastered if you know the way. Fight back with Tiger Balm's legendary herbal power. Trusted for over 100 years, our proven blend of camphor, menthol, and essential oils tames pain with the strength and speed of the tiger, so that you can rise above pain and get back to living. This is the way of the tiger.
This week on USL All Access, the games are back, and Marlon LeBlanc's Brooklyn FC take the field for the first time. We chat with him exclusively on SiriusXM FC.
He'll break down the total build with General Manager Brian McBride. We're going to preview the Western Conference, tell you who made the biggest moves in the offseason.
Every Tuesday, USL All Access on SiriusXM FC, and the next day on the USL YouTube page.
Welcome, Coach. It is wonderful to have you here. Wonderful to have you in El Paso, and we appreciate you spending some time with us today.
Yeah, no, it's my pleasure.
To that end, what was that one of the things that kind of made this particular move make sense for you?
Yeah, I didn't get much time prior to making the decision. I mean, I came in, got to see the facilities. A lot of what the decision process was finalized for me, and my process was just the team, feeling like the club with the ownership, and it was a club that I felt could be successful under my leadership, that there was enough pieces to the roster where we can be competitive. And obviously looking at, the results from last year was important for me as well, just to watch a lot of the footage, get to see the playing style, and it was a team that I felt would fit me and my profile as a coach. And so far, it's been the right decision, and the chemistry and the culture has been really good.
What goals can you tell us about? Obviously, you may not be willing to share everything you've talked about with the team and what you want to accomplish, but what are your goals moving into this season?
Yeah, to be honest with you, we take it day by day. Our goal is to be 1% better in everything we do collectively each day. And what that does is it allows you to, yes, we have overall bigger goals, and we've talked about them in the past of the, the big picture. Obviously, championship is in the conversation. Playoffs are always in the conversation. Having a good home record is in the conversation. Being very difficult to play against is in the conversation for us. But if we don't focus on the processes and our daily goals of what our focal points are each day, that stuff can be overwhelming. So what my job is to do is to put less pressure on the team and make it as simple and easy for them to succeed on a daily basis. And by doing so, all those long-term goals will start to come into fruition. It will be a byproduct of how we process every day and how hard we work every day.
Hi, my name is Dr. Carlos Omar Viesca. I am with Border Pain Institute, and today I would like to introduce you to radio frequency ablation, a procedure that can help with your neck, mid-back, lower back, and joint pain, including shoulder, knee, and hip. If you're experiencing any of these ailments, please come see us at Border Pain Institute. Our number, 915-857-4130.
Let's face it, when you have a plumbing problem, it's never a good time. But Sharp Plumbing can ease that pain with fast, friendly service. Sharp prides itself on getting the job done right. We've been fixing plumbing problems in the borderland for 30 years. Sharp is certified in tankless water heater installation and service. If you've been thinking about converting from a traditional water tank to a tankless water heater, give Sharp a call today, 915-892-5790. Sharp Plumbing.
Are you turning 65? Or maybe you're retiring soon, or have a chronic condition like diabetes? If so, give the agents of the Health Plans of Texas a call to set up an appointment for a no-obligation plan review. Or come by for our Medicare Mondays, now through March 31st, where you can walk in at any time without an appointment and get knowledgeable advice from local agents you can trust. We hope to see you here at Health Plans of Texas for Medicare Mondays, now through March 31st.
Welcome back. It is Southwest University Park. Our score at the half, 1 apiece. Locomotive FC and Switchbacks FC. Duke Keith along with Joe Rodriguez with you as downtown El Paso on a Saturday night to open the season, this 2026 campaign of the USL Championship. And the 5th-minute goal by Bennett got Switchbacks on the board, but Locomotive was able to equalize. Rabin off the post, off of a big shot, and it's all even up. And right now, Joe, as we take a look at the stats, possession, passing, duel rates, all favoring El Paso. 57% of the possession to 43 for Colorado Springs, which is kind of the way Switchbacks likes it. They don't mind that. And both teams have had their opportunities tonight.
Yeah, most definitely, Duke. And I think as the first half progressed, you saw a little bit more of that possession lean towards El Paso's way as they started dictating terms on the field of play.
Locomotive outshooting Switchbacks FC 8-4. 1 on target for Switchbacks FC is their goal. 5 on target for Locomotive. 1 out of 5 ain't bad for Locomotive FC. We'll continue from downtown El Paso after this.
Get ready for a night of non-stop action at Paso Speedway Park. Feel the adrenaline as drivers push their limits, battling for the top spot on our fast and challenging track. Whether you're cheering from the stands or enjoying the great food and drinks, there's excitement around every corner. Bring the whole family and experience the energy of live racing. Gates open at 5 and the green flag drops at 7:30. Don't miss out. Grab your tickets today at VotosSpeedwayPark.com. That's VotosSpeedwayPark.com. We'll race you here.
Let's face it, when you have a plumbing problem, it's never a good time. But Sharp Plumbing can ease that pain with fast, friendly service. Sharp prides itself on getting the job done right. We've been fixing plumbing problems in the borderland for 30 years. Sharp is certified in tankless water heater installation and service. If you've been thinking about converting from a traditional water tank to a tankless water heater, give Sharp a call today. 915-892-5790. Sharp Plumbing.
Hi, my name is Dr. Carlos Omar Viesca. I am with Border Pain Institute, and today I would like to introduce you to radio frequency ablation, a procedure that can help with your neck, mid-back, lower back, and joint pain, including shoulder, knee, and hip. If you're experiencing any of these ailments, please come see us at Border Pain Institute. Our number, 915-857-4130.
Welcome back to Southwest University Park. Duke Keith and Joe Rodriguez with you. A look at the renovated Plaza Hotel, beautiful downtown El Paso. Continuing to get more beautiful with the renovations. It's one apiece, Locomotive FC and Switchbacks FC. If you're looking, Joe, at this from what's going to happen in the second half, obviously both teams have had their adventures up the wing that have netted them some success. What do you think might change here in half number 2, if anything?
Well, it's going to be interesting to see when attrition begins to set in for both of these teams. It's been a very high-octane first half, obviously, with every passing minute. You know, that fatigue's going to come in, that tightness that you have from a physically intensive off-season going into a regular match. Those factors are going to start to kick in. So it'll be interesting to see how both, obviously, Colorado Springs and the El Paso Locomotive handle that as the second half develops.
Right now, no changes for either side. We will keep you updated as we get ready to go for half number 2. Locomotive and those, you just saw the ad, the promo, those beautiful Waco Tanks kits. I tell you, Hummel has done an outstanding job with both those and the Borderland kits as well. Shouting out both sides of the Rio Grande or Rio Bravo, depending on how you're looking at it.
There's a certain flair to their designs, and ever since the El Paso Locomotive have been with this apparel provider, it's been interesting. It's been nice.
I think this is their 3rd season with Hummel as their equipment provider, and every year gets a little better. Locomotive ready to start with possession here in half number 2. And we are underway from Southwest University Park. Robert Coronado lofting that one up the left wing, looking for Moreno. Good work by Ruiz to win the ball. Into the middle, Rubin. Ruiz elects to go back to Dolenmeyer. Here in half number 2, the score tied at 1 apiece. Locomotive ready to go back to work on possession. Calvillo slicing one to the far side. Farcarlin will get there. That's why you loft it into space with Farcarlin working that right wing. Dolenmeyer. Reese rips one in and looking to cross. That was right there for Rubin, at just a touch over his head.
All alone right there for Rubin. Got to make a little bit better contact on something like that.
Great idea, though. Now lofting it back. Offside flag goes up on Armando Moreno. But still probing in from the wing, at least as things start here in half number 2.
Yeah, most definitely, Duke. We were talking about that. You know, one of the things that it seemed that both teams were having a little bit of difficulty with in the first 45 minutes of this 2026 season was getting those through runs, you know, connecting on those through runs, those through passes, diagonal passes in the midfield, the area, in the midfield sector of the attacking third. You need a lot of precision there, and thus far, you know, both teams struggling with that, but you know, as we've said in the opening half, it'll come as time passes.
The connections will get better and better for both of these sides. Certainly. Farcarlin does well to keep. Mendez trying to roll one, but under pressure. Gives off to Hanye. Yosuke Hanya. Osaka, Japan, up from Colorado Rapids 2. MLS Next Pro, of course, a returning player this season for Switchbacks. But has been a real workhorse in the middle of the pitch for the Switchbacks team for a couple of seasons. Maples and Mahoney holding things down for Colorado Springs. Locomotive forcing the issue. It'll be a throw for the visitors tonight. Trying to improve on that 8th place finish in the Western Conference, and looks like Eric Calvillo's
Little touched up.
working out the kinks.
Rather passive in his demeanor so far in this opening 45 minutes for Calvillo, don't you think, Duke?
A little bit. He can be fired up sometimes. In his 5th season with Locomotive FC, Calvillo, out of San Pedro, California, representing El Salvador internationally, played for the U.S. at youth level.
Fan of the game of golf. I didn't know that about Calvillo. I learned that about him. We've talked about it ever since halfway through last season. I learned that about him.
He and his family enjoying a couple of hockey games earlier this year as well. Said he's really enjoyed getting to see that in El Paso. Locomotive turns it over. Moreno can't keep hold, but good efforts. Excellent work in the middle by Mahoney. But here comes Locomotive again. Chumasi working his way into the attacking third. Farcarlin.
Mahoney, the defensive pillar for this Switchbacks team.
Indeed, we talk about Calvillo's run with Locomotive. Mahoney is that for Switchbacks. That is kept in play, but straight it comes. Moreno trying to turn, and it's fired in for the goal. A huge mistake at the back end. Rubin making Switchbacks pay. Just mishandled. Switchbacks could not clear their lines, and Locomotive was all over them.
Absolutely, Duke, and that's what you want in these early games, early season. You want to make things happen up top for, or in the opponent's goal box. You want to make things happen, and of course, right there, one of the defenders for the Colorado Switchbacks just kind of loses concentration. Has the ball at his feet, but he gets pickpocketed. The ball gets taken from him. Rubin doesn't hesitate, puts a left foot to it, and finds the back of the net.
Sends it in far post. It's 2-1 Locomotive here in the 50th minute.
You know, where it seemed that the Switchbacks defender He hesitated on that. Rubin was instinctive with the ball. He pickpocketed him, and he kicked it.
Give the assist to Armando Moreno on that shot. And goal by Rubio Rubin, announcing himself to El Paso in grand fashion tonight with his second to give Los Locos the lead. Coronado heading that one back. Romero playing it safe. Will keep it at his feet.
Now here comes the interesting part for El Paso. How do they react playing with the lead? What is it that Junior Gonzalez wants out of this team?
We have seen this before, haven't
with
we?
every passing minute of the game, yes.
A little mishandle there. Trying to catch Locomotive in transition. Dolenmeyer has it covered, but it will be a Switchbacks FC throw. Yes, holding on to leads, that was an issue, especially as the season progressed for Locomotive. Switchbacks can certainly challenge. Another long throw punched out by Romero. Fluffing that a little bit, trying to get that one. First time was Burner to no avail. Out to the far post and off the crossbar. Talon Maples was there. Locomotive still trying to clear. It'll bounce to Chumasi. He'll get it out. Moreno trying to play the bounce with Hanya on him. And Hanya's going to win that battle. Great work by Yosuke Hanya, who earns the foul as well. And stays down. And it is a yellow card for Armando Moreno. Persistent infringement. You saw Mohamed Hassan point out to different areas of the pitch. Moreno, the first player tonight to go into the book. We're in the 53rd minute. Locomotive with a 2-1 lead.
Crossbar save there.
Crossbar save. Talon Maples couldn't believe that didn't go in. Abraham Romero thanking his lucky stars and the woodwork.
A goalkeeper without any luck, Duke, ain't no kind of goalkeeper at all.
True enough. Here's Sam Williams. Mahoney. Right back at it, Patrick Burner. Burner slides one in. That comes straight to Dolenmeyer.
Dolenmeyer inspired tonight. He's all over that back line.
Lots of touches for the big man. Talon Maples. Almost leveled the game. Mahoney sees a way right up the middle. Now distributes. The long switch is in off the chest of Burner. Feet may be out, but the whole ball has to be out for that to be ruled a throw. Kenneth Hoban with a touch here. Farcarlin ready to go. Does a good job keeping possession. Locomotive will recycle to Chumasi. Kofi Chumasi has very quietly become an absolute mainstay at the back for Locomotive FC.
He improved as the season progressed last season, Duke.
Here's Rubin. It's a great thought out of the back by Ricky Ruiz. Why not send the man on the hat trick tonight? Forward into the attack, but well dealt with by Herrera. Good step by Johnson. Locomotive covering pretty well. Coronado puts that one into touch, and another throw. These long throws have been dangerous for Switchbacks all night long. And it's Sam Williams who provides those.
You know, I've always kind of disagreed with the philosophy on a long throw-in because you can't necessarily head the ball with a lot of power behind it, but it certainly can complicate things for the defense.
In it comes. That's headed out Dolenmeyer. And continuing to give it a ride up the pitch is Farcarlin. Way out is Herrera. Dealt with by Chumasi. Farcarlin, Coronado. Farcarlin is just a water bug. Keeps that one from going out for a throw, and here's Dolenmeyer, and Locomotive will reset up the left. Reese. Into the 57th minute tonight. That's played into space. Trying to make a move was Moreno. Dealt with well by Mahoney. That'll skip away for Adrian Perez. Trying to roll that up to Johnson too far, and it'll be out for a goal kick. Just not quite that connection, as you were saying.
Well, yeah, once again, Duke, on the offensive third side on that last sequence for El Paso Locomotive, you know, you want to try and do a sequence there in the middle of the offensive third, you know, in the midsection away from the flanks, and things just kind of get a little bit more difficult to connect one, maybe even two passes in a row to try and make something happen and possibly produce a threat on goal.
Soccer season is here, and SeatGeek is the official ticketing partner of the USL. Get all your USL tickets and more from the #1 ticketing site, SeatGeek. Your ticket to great seats. Rubio Rubin. Full value for Locomotive FC tonight. Over the top. Will roll out for a throw.
In the words of one Nuke Lelouch from Bull Durham, he is announcing his presence with.
That's what he was brought in to do, and he is off to the races. Kenneth Oben being urged to throw the ball in, and he'll do it again.
And then, of course, Duke, I'm assuming we're a handful of minutes away to see from those first decisions of Junior Gonzalez to see as far as what adjustments he's going to make. Us talking about, you know, substitutions that are going to come on here in the home stretch of this game to possibly close out the victory.
Yeah, 60th minute, 65th minute or so, as Sam Williams gets ready to go to work again with those long throws. Another of them. Into the mixer. Hoban. That's a foul. As Noah Dolenmeyer's taken down. That's not easy.
I was thinking the exact same thing.
Of course, Alvaro Quesada, who did such a great job on the wings for Locomotive last year. He and Reese really solidified their positions, is on the bench for El Paso. Tony Alfaro as well. Lots of attacking options as well if Junior Gonzalez wants to continue that with the lead. It is a Switchbacks FC throw. And a reminder, if you can't watch the match, you can turn on SiriusXM FC channel 157, North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk. That includes USL All Access Tuesday nights, plus live matches from the USL, MLS, Premier League, and more, all on. It's a good bounce here and off to the races. Switchbacks FC. Good cross up top, trying to make a move on the left-hand side. Johnson dealt with well. Farcarlin getting back. Excellent defending.
Way to close in on Johnson there. He hesitated, or didn't hesitate, but tried to fake a shot, and that allowed the Locomotive defense just to be able to close up the angle on him on his shot on goal.
Farcarlin taken down roughly. We play on. Here is a big shot and just wide of the net. Wow, Romero having to stretch out for that one. Lifted in by Adrian Perez, the former Lou City man, showing us the range.
First real threat on goal for the Switchbacks in the second half. 15 minutes into the second half.
Romero at full stretch.
It'd be interesting to see just how much wide left that shot was.
Farcarlin wanting a foul but not getting one. on Talon Maples. Herrera. Long out of the back. Ruiz has the bead for El Paso.
The breeze has definitely died down here in this second half, dude.
It is chilly, but yes, it was windy before and not now. Hanye earns another free kick. That will bounce kindly into the middle. Sliding tackle. Chamasi takes it away from the waiting feet of Echeverria. Lifted in.
Gets back in position to head the ball away.
Well done. Locomotive pressing the issue. Farcarlon rolls that one. Sliding, trying to push that one to the top of the six. Calvillo to no avail. Kind of lost a handle on that.
Yeah, interesting though, that deflection off of the Colorado Switchbacks defender slowed the ball down in order for Carlin to be able to get to the ball.
Hanya. Burner and back into the middle. Echevarria. Foster and Johnson, and a foul on El Paso as Levante Johnson taken down. Into the 63rd minute, 2 Rubio Robin goals have Locomotive in the lead after trailing 1-0 early. Switchbacks FC knocking on the door with a number of set pieces. But all of that started with those long throws. Sam Williams has just been incredible sending those in. Here they have a free kick. It is Perez and Mahoney. Perez slicing that one. Mahoney on the far side, lifted over. Romero's going to try and keep that one from going over for the corner. It'll be another throw, though.
You know what, Duke, into the Switchbacks' credit, after the goal, after the Locomotive's second goal, Duke, credit to the Switchbacks. They've done what they needed to do to try and get into a position to get the equalizer. They've ramped it up offensively here and been a little bit more aggressive, trying to create opportunities, get the ball into the offensive third and create chances on goal, doing exactly what they need to do.
Sam Williams. Noah Dolenmeyer rising up for that one. We see Beto Avila getting ready to come in. We're understanding that he will come in for Jimmy Farcarlon, who's been pretty spectacular on that right wing. We haven't gotten to see the pure speed, but Farcarlon showing good ball control as well under pressure situations.
We haven't seen that speed on a flat run with the ball in possession, but we have seen that speed in order for him to get to a ball, towards the end line.
You are correct. And here is the substitution. Farcarlon has run his race. Out in the 65th minute for Beto Avila. Beto Avila, the Austin native, played for Austin Bold back in the day, and of course, notably, scored the 2 goals versus Austin FC in Locomotive's eventual defeat to the MLS side in the U.S. Open Cup last year.
And it'll be interesting to see how much Beto, the instructions that he got from the coaching staff, from Junior Gonzalez, to be into that forward position. I would think he would want to play a little bit more drop back in the midfield, possibly retain possession of the ball for a little bit longer, kind of slow down things for the Locomotive.
It's rolled up, Moreno. Mendez. Haven't seen a lot of Mendez as of late. The former Tampa Bay man puts that one. It's deflected. Coronado trying to control. Solid work by Locomotive to win it back. Levante Johnson could not get loose. Chamasi. Here's Hoban. Hoban, a low driving cross straight into Herrera. Rubio Robin, the first Locomotive FC player to score twice in his debut for the team. And Locomotive, and you've talked about this quite a bit, trying to do something they've never done before. And that's win a home opening game.
I was not going to say anything.
Well, the cat's out of the bag now. Oh, nice. So well done by Hoban. Right there in Levante Johnson, nowhere for Switchbacks to come in. But it is another deep throw, and guess who?
I had a feeling there had to be some kind of statistical merit to Rubin's 2 goals tonight.
Just incredible stuff by the former Battery man.
Like I said, announcing his presence with authority.
Good long throw in. That's flicked in. What a shot and goal. Off on the left-hand side, we're even at 2. Isaiah Foster. The flick-on header. Sam Williams, a beautiful throw-in. And all Switchbacks needed was a touch. We're level in the 67th minute.
And that's the exact kind of thing that I was telling you about, Duke. When they have long throw-ins, the ball doesn't come out with a lot of power behind it. That's just all placement right there. All placement in a place where Romero unfortunately cannot get to the ball, and it was a recurring theme here tonight, especially after that second goal for the El Paso Locomotive. Long throw in, long throw in, long throw in, betting that something will happen, and you get the equalizer out of it with a little bit more than 20 minutes to go.
Essentially, it's a set-piece goal for Switchbacks, but credit where credit is due. Isaiah Foster, absolutely beautifully placed ball.
1 assist, 1 goal for Foster tonight.
That is a gorgeous header. And you are correct. Assisted on Corey Bennett's goal. Romero will send this long. That'll come to Moreno. Into the 69th minute in El Paso. We're all tied at 2. Dolenmeyer. Ruiz back to Calvillo. Trying to slide that one and play it forward for awaiting Beto Avila. Jamasi now. Hoban chips it forward. Avila was close, but it's to the Switchbacks, and here comes Perez. Perez rolling it into space. He wants a foul. Dolenmeyer's going to truck back and get this.
Nope,
and that was, I guess, a foul called. We stopped play. And a yellow card issued.
I don't think it was Dolenmeyer.
I think it was Hoban. I think it was Hoban. It was Hoban. So Kenneth Hoban into the book. Just at the last of the 69th minute. And the restart will come back on the Switchbacks half of the pitch. eFootball is here. Live your dream and rep your team. Play as your favorite USL Championship club. eFootball is free to play. Download now. USLChampionship.com for more info. Switchbacks FC, pretty good run of play as of the last few minutes. A lot more of the ball.
And Duke, with this equalizer by Colorado Springs, it'll be interesting to see how that affects Junior Gonzalez's decision making as far as what he thought was going to happen with the remaining subs that he had.
Beto Avila, good effort. They're on the right wing for El Paso to win Locomotive a throw. There's Junior Gonzalez. One back by Switchbacks. Pass a little off target. Corey Bennett, the goal scorer. And some substitutions here. Perez's night is done, and he'll be replaced by Juan Tejada out of Panama City. And Diego Abitia coming on to replace Amando Moreno. His Locomotive debut, the man up from San Luis in Liga Ascenso. Abitia, they call him El Toro, the bull, the man who likes to score goals and has done plenty of it at the U19 and U23 levels. Kind of making a senior team debut. Here for Locomotive FC and in the United States. That is wide open for El Paso's new number 9, Diego Abitia. Rubin. Calvillo. Holben and Chumasi. Calvillo chipping it forward, but it's out for a switchbacks throw. Locomotive has lost a few ideas on how to get forward, I think, over these last few minutes.
Yeah, absolutely. I think they're trying something new, Duke. I think they're trying to mix it up. I don't think they're being as blatant as going out into the flank to the wings to try and get something going offensively. They're trying different variations, which is a little bit more difficult as we're seeing. So it'll be interesting to see what they opt for here in the next 17 to 20 minutes, including stoppage time.
Hanya. On the ball for switchbacks. Beautifully done, and Abitia is going to foul him and just reach over and straight into the book for Diego Abitia. Here in the 73rd minute. Third Locomotive player to see yellow tonight, along with Holben in the 69th and Moreno in the 53rd. This will be Williams. On the restart, Sam Williams. Bombing ball, Dolan Meyer, firm header. Ruiz, Abitia, trying to make a turn, has to go back. Now chipping it forward. Able to loft that to Beto Avila. And that'll be a foul as Avila takes down the switchbacks player behind the play.
Just the Locomotive are having very difficult time trying to string at least two passes in the middle part of the offensive or the attacking third.
Avila goes into the book. Sam Williams taken down in a heap. And Locomotive is getting to the point where they need to be a little careful.
Too many players are accumulating yellow cards.
Trying to slow down the switchbacks attack.
Yeah, unfortunately for the Locomotive, I think Colorado's spring switchbacks right now are possibly smelling a little blood in the water.
Alan McCann trying to start 2026 with a bang for the visitors, as is Junior Gonzalez for El Paso. That's played in. Chumasi cannot keep it away. Solid effort by Echevarria.
And it's also important to mention, for the remainder of the month, 3 road matches for the El Paso Locomotive FC.
Yeah, 3 in a row on the road before they get to come back to Southwest University Park in early April.
Yeah.
Romero.
Definitely would be nice to obtain the 3 points here before those 3 road trips.
It's lifted out by Holben. Only so far as Echevarria, back to Hanya. Yosuke Hanya, Talon Maples. Dispossessed. Solid work by Avila. They want to roll it to Avitia, and it is just mistimed. Mendes trying to get on the same page as El Toro. Not able to thread that through.
Yeah, I think being direct with your passes is a key for tonight for the Locomotive.
77th minute. We're tied at 2. A much better run here for Colorado Springs, and Hanya goes down again. And Eric Calvillo, the team captain, is going to see yellow for protest. He's all over the referee, who has called a whole bunch of fouls on Locomotive FC.
I will say this much for Ricky Reese, which is the player that was involved on that foul, might have had a legit argument here.
Substitution for Switchbacks FC. The race is run for Levante Johnson.
Feldberg coming in.
Feldberg, the Norwegian, to replace him here as we are into the 78th minute. Herrera. Feldberg scored against El Paso last season. So, an attacking-minded player in the season opener, you're right.
Yeah. Home opener.
An attacking-minded substitution for Alan McCann.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that both team bosses for these sides definitely thinking about the 3 points.
Well, if you're a fan, you certainly want to see it. Isaiah Foster trying to move it forward. Locomotive winning it back. Trying to control a little possession here. Hoban off target with that pass. Feldberg, triple teamed. Calvillo trying to turn. Coronado scoots out of trouble. Ruiz. Avitia. No way through, so back to the middle. It's Avila clipped on the heel, and that'll be a foul against Switchbacks. Keep watching all the exciting postseason action, USL playoffs. Coming up this fall, that is a foul from behind, and that will be a booking. Calvillo taken down by Juan Tejada, the Panamanian. Letting our referee, Mohammed Hassan, know about it, but clip of the heels, and Mr. Hassan has been consistent tonight.
Yeah, most definitely has kept a low profile, hasn't been a protagonist in this game. I think all of the yellow cards have been well deserved.
Here is Eric Calvillo surveying the landscape for the restart here as we are midway through the 80th. The far post and Dolenmeyer lofts in a nice left-footed cross that's headed out. That's Corey Bennett. Run down, and here's Calvillo back into the mixer again. It's played down nicely. Getting down is Mendes. Locomotive keeps possession. Coronado the switch. Avila. Rubin. Calvillo trying to play a one-time pass up to Avila to no avail, and here's Tejada off to the races. That we might hear from later. Fjellberg. Play on, says the referee. Fjellberg keeps it all the way through. Excellent hooking tackle, but it's not done yet. Romero, point blank save. Right on Hanya.
Way to stay with the play there for Romero. Excellent save, one of the best of the match so far.
Fjellberg. And that'll be a foul. And now here going into the book for the foul behind the play is Mendes. So Mendes into the book here in the 82nd for a foul that happened about 45 seconds ago. One of the Locomotive players is down on the pitch. Hoban is down, being tended to. Cody Simmons, the head trainer for Locomotive FC, on to take a look at the 16-year-old, who has, as they say, put in a shift tonight for his hometown side. Referee Mohammed Hassan takes the ball all the way back to the touchline. Hoban is going to have to come off the pitch, so Locomotive will defend this free kick with 10. We're hearing Alvaro Quesada will replace Kenneth Hoban on that right wing. So the teenager's night is done, but he has been impressive.
For a much better performance out of him for a season opener.
Indeed. And Quesada's in, so they will allow Locomotive to substitute. And here is the restart for Sam Williams. Long throws, free kicks. The 20-year-old has done it all.
Corner kicks.
Corner kicks. Set pieces have been the Achilles heel for Locomotive tonight. To the far post and maybe a bit too far. Mahoney got a touch, but it's off of Ithia. And the throw in for Switchbacks. And Sam Williams will trot over for another throw. And 3 substitutions coming on for El Paso. Omar Mora. Gomez for Calvillo, one of the newer Locomotive players, Daniel Gomez, out of Oakland Roots SC. Notable for being the first player from Project 510 to sign a professional contract with the Roots organization. Was there for a few years, and actually Locomotive was defending that set piece with 10. Quesada just now entering the pitch. Speaking of set pieces, Sam Williams has been a danger with that long throw. Another one into the box that's nodded forward, trying to work the same script to Isaiah Foster. Locomotive defends that one much better.
Got a lucky hit on that one.
Mora not able to keep that one in. Tejada will leave off for, guess who? The 20-year-old from Denver, Colorado.
Locomotive got to turn the tide a little bit of this. It just seems that all 10 players for Colorado have been playing on this half of the field for...
Yep, Christian Herrera's a very lonely man.
Too many consecutive minutes. They got to turn that around here in the final stretch of this match, make something happen.
Williams, another long throw into the box. That's Tejada with a header up and over, and a goal kick coming. Substitution here for Switchbacks FC. And it'll be Isaiah Foster being replaced by Duke Lacroix. Lacroix, the Haitian, 32 years old. Mainstay in the Switchbacks back line since 2023. A defensive substitution, notably. Here's Mora. Ruiz lifting in the cross from Gomez. Oh, that's dangerous. Back in, touchdown. Trying to come around, it's Calvillo. Gets blocked, and I think that's off Mora. Certainly Williams was involved. Another long cross into the box, and nobody able to get on the end of that.
The services
right there
to the small goal box are definitely, to the 6-yard box are definitely there, Duke.
Who's going to go get it? Dangerous opportunities for Locomotive, but nobody able to get on the end of it.
Plenty of venom on those crosses.
Coronado, good step. Left-footed cross to the far post. Abitia headed out of danger. They're at the back again, Talon Maples. Reese. Skying for that's Chamasi. Abitia gets a chip on it. Easily covered by Herrera. Dolenmeyer was up at the 6-yard box just looking to head something in. 88th minute. Dolenmeyer gets a piece.
Yeah, just as I was talking about, you know, in the closing minutes, the tide had to turn a little bit more, see a little bit more of an offensive attack, offensive threat, excuse me, on the Locomotive's behalf.
Maples off to the left-hand side. Fieldberg. Coronado. Good slide through, but he's fouled and taken down by Duke Lacroix. Veteran Haitian knows his business there, certainly. Is there a match winner for either of these sides? Locked at 2. Abila. Long and over the middle, looking for Abitia. Headed out by Mahoney.
With all the substitutions, there's definitely going to be several minutes of stoppage time.
Midway through the 89th minute here in El Paso. Ruiz chipping it forward, too far from Mora. And Christian Herrera, certainly playing in front of family and friends in from southern New Mexico. Back to Romero and to Chumasi. Mora chests it and keeps it in. Well done by the youngster. Omar Mora lofting that one forward, but that is not quite where Abitia needed it. Gives a thumbs up regardless. Watched Omar Mora's dad play for the El Paso Patriots back in the day. He scored some screamers. They'd love for the youngster to get on the end of one here. Nodded forward. Abitia trying to make moves. Fended off in the box. Play on, says the referee. Talon Maples on it. We're hearing 4 minutes of stoppage time as we are midway through the 90th minute. Here is Dolenmeyer. Dolenmeyer has a go. And it is on its way to Santa Fe Street. It's out of the park. Off to the Scottish right temple, and somebody's going to be chasing down a souvenir. And there is the official signal. 4 minutes of stoppage time. Herrera. Mora gets ahead to that. That's going to be a foul on El Paso. And I believe Beto Avila. believe that's Echevarria. Gets up a little worse for wear, still holding his chest.
It's almost like if the ref went over to him, it was like, it's your time that you're wasting, buddy. He gets up relatively quickly.
True enough. Sam Williams darts one through. Dolenmeyer gets ahead to it. Fjellberg trying to settle. Runs out and puts it into touch. Into the 92nd minute. The second of our added 4 here tonight. Ruiz has it go. Trying to loft it forward of Itia, but Herrera had that one sided well. If the result holds, it'll be a repeat of the start of the 2025 season. And Locomotive will still be looking for that first ever opening win at home. But into the 93rd minute we go. We play on. Coronado to the right side. Little scoop up to the far post of Itia. Got ahead to it. Well defended by Mahoney. Oh, that's turned over. Well done. Taken down at the edge of the box. We play on. And that's going to be a foul on El Paso. Locomotive's Beto Avila taken down. The retaliation by Alex Mendez on Echevarria, who committed.
I saw that second foul coming from a mile away, Duke.
Yeah, it was definitely retaliation. Echevarria in on Beto Avila. Took him down, but enough of the ball to not be a called foul. So 94th minute, our final minute here in stoppage time. Herrera restarts this one. Tejada wins that header. Here is Romero. One last charge with half a minute remaining. Distribution out to the left in Mora. He's fouled. So the restart here.
One last attempt, one last cross into the mixer.
Here's Reese. Everybody up for Locomotive. Perhaps the last kick of the match. Ruiz lofted in. Dolenmeyer with a touch. Abitia trying to get on it. It'll bounce out. And offside flag goes up. This is probably going to do it. Herrera will certainly take his time here. Christian Herrera with the final kick of the match. It finishes 2 apiece. Switchbacks FC and Locomotive FC. A repeat of 2025's home opener, but Joe, both of these teams did put on a show here today.
Yeah, most definitely, Duke. An evenly disputed match that we saw for 90 minutes of very high risk, high octane, very involved, very with a sense of urgency to get the ball into the offensive third to create chances of goal. That's what we witnessed for 90 minutes.
We will take a look at some stats and highlights and plenty more as we continue right after this. It finishes Locomotive FC 2, Switchbacks FC 2, here from downtown El Paso, Texas.
Hi, my name is Dr. Carlos Omar Viesca. I am with Border Pain Institute, and today I would like to introduce you to radio frequency ablation, a procedure that can help with your neck, mid-back, lower back, and joint pain, including shoulder, knee, and hip. If you're experiencing any of these ailments, please come see us at Border Pain Institute. Our number, 915-857-4130.
Are you turning 65? Or maybe you're retiring soon? Or have a
Good
chronic
gosh.
condition like diabetes?
Switchbacks, only
If so,
2 shots on
give
target.
the agents of the helplines of Texas a call to set up an appointment for a no-obligation plan review. Or come by for our Medicare Mondays, now through March 31st, where you can walk in at any time without an appointment and get knowledgeable advice from local agents you can trust. We hope to see you here at Helplines of Texas for Medicare Mondays, now through March 31st.
Welcome back. Downtown El Paso is the scene. It finishes 2 apiece between Locomotive FC and Switchbacks FC. As we pointed out, a repeat of the home opener last year. Duke Keith, Joe Rodriguez with you. And as we take a look at some of the scenes around Southwest University Park as the fans get ready for fireworks, we did see some fireworks tonight. It was a little one-sided when you take a look at the stats. Locomotive FC out shooting Switchbacks 13-11, but only 2 shots on target for the Switchbacks. And those were the goals, Joe.
Yeah, absolutely. Talk about efficiency for the Colorado Switchbacks. 2 real shots on goal, and they go.
They both go in. So Locomotive on the road at Monterey Bay next Saturday, followed by a Thursday match on the road versus Laredo. That is U.S. Open Cup play in Sacramento Republic on the 28th before a return April the 4th versus Las Vegas Lights here at Southwest University Park. Our thanks to all of our fine folks. Our producer is John Morgan. And our thanks to you, Joe. Thanks for being here with us tonight.
It was a pleasure. Hope to do it again soon.
Justin Hodge is our producer or our director tonight. We will see you from El Paso in a month. 2-2, Locomotive FC and Switchbacks FC here in El Paso. For all of us, I'm Duke Keith. So long, everybody.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.
and start making your way back to your seats.
No son horas de llamar, a menos que me lo quiera mamar, que quiera aprender, que quiera.
All righty, mi locos.
We are about to do a full frequency sweep. Subwoofer kick test. Okay, before proceeding with this show, we'll have to do one more test. Testing starting in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
When your heart's alone, keep the faith again. I said, hey, look, let's believe it.